welcome back to 28 Day Skin. We are again in the lab, and this time I have a big question to ask you. And don't be upset because it's not one of your products.
Okay.
Do the acne sticker spots work?
Yes, and as always, no.
Okay, so explain to me how they are meant to work. What do I do? Put it on my face?
So these, they're a hydrocolloid dressing, effectively, originally developed for burn care. Okay.
Jesus.
So effectively, what they're doing is a sticker going over the pimple, and inside that sticker is effectively some actives that are being held close to the skin.
Okay.
Okay, and because they're being held close to the skin, they're being active there for a long period of time. And so, in principle, they're having a lot of time to work because actives need time to work, which is why face washes don't work so well, because it's on your face and it's gone, it's washed off straight away.
I've got a spot.
Okay, give it on the spot.
I'll be a test.
Okay, so that's the principle of why they work. Now, there are no clinical trials at the moment that I'm aware of that substantiate them to actually work for spots and blemishes.
Okay.
And some of the hydrocolloid plasters on the market, they contain things like tea tree, which if you put tea tree close to your skin for a long period of time, it's just going to cause irritation. Okay, so it's actually going to make the spots worse.
Oh.
Okay, this is a bit sharp, isn't it?
It is a bit sharp. I wasn't prepared for that.
Some, as this product here, have little darts. So as you put them in, those darts are, in principle, penetrating into the skin. But here's the question. How far do they go into the skin, and do they really get into the skin? Because your skin is quite flexible.
Yeah.
The hydrocolloid is quite flexible, and you've got some spikes. So unless you're pushing them from something that's not flexible, such as your finger, they're not really driving into the skin. So maybe all you're feeling is actually just like touching your skin with a pin, but not pushing it in.
Okay.
So I don't know necessarily if those microdarts are actually penetrating the skin or just pushing pressure on the skin. But the fact is that they are being held against the skin, and the actives there will start to work. So they have things like salicylic acid in them, and oligopeptides, and hyaluronic acid, things like this. Most of these ingredients, but salicylic acid is quite good for fighting blemishes, kills bacteria, and unblocks pores. Okay, it dissolves effectively the things that hold skin cells together.
Yeah.
But conversely, of course, it's unblocking the pore, but it's holding that there, isn't it, in the gel?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not necessarily helping in that respect. Hyaluronic acid and oligopeptides, they're more about skin plumping. Okay, they're retaining water, drawing water in, probably from the hydrocolloid, and therefore hydrating the area and effectively helping the skin barrier to some extent, but also reducing the appearance of a blemish.
Yeah.
Okay, but the biggest fundamental thing that these plasters do is they stop you picking.
I was just about to say, I can't even mess with that. It's just on my face.
Yeah. So, and that's really, I think personally, the only real benefit you get is the fact that they stop you picking. There may be some benefit from the active ingredients being held against your skin, but there's no clinical evidence I'm aware of that shows that actually works that way. But of course, there's a lot of anecdotal evidence. There's a lot of sponsored anecdotal evidence of people saying it works. So actually, then they have a little ad code. Yeah. But as a tool to fight blemishes, I think they're great. I think they're a great idea.
But if you get the odd one,
yeah.
Like how many come in a pack?
I think you get about 8 in a pack.
Okay, so if you've got acne, how much is a box?
Well, they vary, but anywhere up to £30–40 for a box. So it can be very expensive if you've got a lot of spots. It's not really going to be a solution for that. Not a great solution in the summer, because if you go out in the sun, you're going to end up looking a little bit like a leopard, because they are going to potentially absorb some of the UVB, or some possibly UVA, and they're going to stop tanning to some extent.
Are you supposed to leave them on for a long time then, or?
You're meant to leave them in a couple of hours. I think they say, generally speaking, overnight.
So what if you put it on a spot too soon?
Too soon? Well,
like, you know when you can feel it coming.
That's probably the best time to put it on.
Oh, okay.
Once the spot's got into that sort of later stages, when the inflammation has already started, again, putting a hydrocolloid plaster on at that point may not get you the full benefit of what it might do. Because if you put it on early, it stops you picking it early, touching it early. Yeah. And the picking and the touching causes inflammation, because you're applying forces to the skin, and you're causing, if you think of the skin as sort of a load of gels put together, and as you're squishing them, they're going to leak, they're going to burst, you're going to cause trauma to the site. Picking is the worst, so stopping the picking is great. So just for that.
So even if I just put a plaster over a spot, that would be better than nothing?
It could be better than nothing, but of course some plasters, the adhesive that holds plaster in, can cause some people to break out.
Okay.
So it entirely depends on how sensitive your skin is to breakouts.
And your non-picking power.
And your non-picking power.
So give me an out of 10 on...
I'm going to give them around a 5 or a 6 out of 10. They're better than face washes by a long way, but probably not as good as sort of targeted skincare.
Okay, there you go. Thank you very much. Okay. We will do some more videos. You can send in questions on Instagram or Facebook and we will bring them to the lab for you. Thanks very much.
Bye.